So, Andrew, you got it back from the certification.
Yep.
Just before we go over what happened with the cert, do you want to just go over what you've actually done to the car?
Yeah, sure. Okay, so I've had this car for 25 years, I think it is now. Used to drag race it back in the day, and then I got a little bit disappointed with the handling in it. So I decided the best way to fix the understeer in it is to give it heaps of oversteer. So I initially started, I made it rear-wheel drive, and then I had a brilliant idea of putting a drop tank in it. And then, because I liked all the way the old cars people used to build old race cars, and so I put a drop tank in it, and then roll cage and race seats and all that kind of stuff. And then it came to the point where if I want to drive on the road, I've got to make it legal. And so I've gone down the rabbit hole of trying to make it legal. And yeah, from what happened 18 years ago when I pulled it off the road to now is quite a bit of a drama to fix. So had my mate Justin at HexLab, and he took on board like all the things to fix on it, and he's done a great job. And now we're just going through all the certification requirements for it.
So over those 18 years, you've obviously done lots of bits and pieces. See Marsh's Mad Customs, which is obviously you as well, because you both used to run that out of his garage.
Yep.
So he's done quite a few custom pieces on it over the years as well, hasn't he? And
Yep.
so what have you guys done in the engine bay?
Okay, so what we did here is we started off with a top mount S14 manifold, and we put the turbo top mount, but obviously being made for an S14, it was positioned completely wrong. And so I had the brilliant idea again of going, okay, everything goes around the turbo, so I put the turbo where I wanted it, and then tried to make everything else work around it. And so that's henceforth why we have the hole in the bonnet. But I do like the idea of having the intake come through the side of the car, down the bottom by the wheel arch, so that's like a cold air box by itself. And then we ran a full 3-inch exhaust all the way through, right around the whole car. So this is the smallest part of the exhaust here. Everything else is full 3-inch mandrel bend. I think when we originally started doing it, there was only something like 400 millimeters of straight section in it. So it's just a hell of a lot of welding that Marsh did. He did a fantastic job.
And to rear-wheel drive it, what did you do? Did you just like cut and shut, or how did you achieve that?
No, well, I wanted to go down the route of doing it properly. So the first time I did it, I just basically pulled out the front drive shaft and welded up the center diff, and then welded plates onto the transfer case and the gearbox. But it turns out that my welding's shit compared to Marsh anyway. And so I blew up that center diff first of all. Marsh welded it up, fixed it up. Thanks, Marsh, you're a fucking legend. And it's been running like that ever since. I think I've done 500 Ks on it now since it's been rear-wheel drive, like running properly rear-wheel drive, and hasn't given up any signs of being weak.
That's pretty neat, because you don't see too many of these rear-wheel drive around the place anymore. I know there used to be a couple kicking around New Zealand, but yeah, they've all sort of started to disappear. So you obviously themed the car around being rear-wheel drive, and got wider wheels on the back. And
Yep.
so what else have you done?
Yeah, well,
If you want to walk us around the car.
yeah, sure. Well, one of the things I thought with being rear-wheel drive is that the weight distribution on a Pulsar is pretty terrible at the best of times. So what I thought with the drop tank was to do even weight distribution. So me and Marsh built a 90-litre drop tank on it and put all the fuel systems in the back. And so this is what Justin's been working on getting legal, and so he's redid all, like pretty much what we did, and he's welded up the whole of the tank, so it's all completely sealed, and then sealed off the back area, so that it's got an extra, say, 100 kg over the rear wheels. It should give it a lot more traction, which seems to be quite accurate, because at GTIR Festival, putting my foot down in it, it was not giving any signs that it was going to let go.
And so all the work's been done. Like you said, it's been off the road for 18 years. It must be pretty exciting to be so close. So you got it through cert this week. So what did you fail on?
Shit. How long's your video? A lot of it was down to the technicalities of everything. So it came down to bolt length, bolt type, locking clips. One of the big things that was a pain for me was the seats. Because I've always loved these seats. I thought they really suited the car, but being that it needs to run the seat belts through the seat, we have a problem with catching the inside clip. So they are going to have to be replaced. I've taken out the roll cage because we had a half cage in there, but the main hoop for the cage came too far into the B section of the car, and it needed to be back behind in the C part of the car. So had to take that out. We'll take it out. It's going to be good to go afterwards. So once we get all the nuts and bolts fixed, get all the boot completely sealing 100%, that will be that side of it all sorted.
No, that's neat. That's neat. So it's just about back on the road, and once it's back on the road and certified and all running, do you have any other plans with it?
Yeah, I've got a phase 2. So I want to get it going on the road as it is now. You know, like looking pretty good. Nothing too outlandish. Still looks like a Pulsar, not a GTIR anymore, but still looks like a Pulsar. But next plan after that is to go to a 5-star conversion and put some really wide wheels on it, real deep dish wheels on it, make it stand out. Use all the guards that I've had done, because we had Justin, he cut out all the inner guards in here now, so I can run some really decent tyres. I should be able to run, hypothetically, maybe some 255s, which is pretty unheard of on a GTIR, or at least a car that was four-wheel drive before anyway.
Yeah, that's really neat. That'll look awesome. But I've known you for a long time, and we've always done bits and pieces with the Pulsar stuff, and it'd be really good to see this back on the road, because it's been a cool minute, that's for sure.
Yeah, sweet, man.
But
I'm looking forward to many more cruises, man.
Yeah, those GTIR cruises and everyone meeting up and just getting some Pulsars back on the road. It's all what it's all about in the community. So cheers for showing us around. I'm sure some people would have appreciated it out there to have a look, and yeah, cool.
No, awesome, man. Thank you.
Alright, so we've come out to Andrew's place because he's been making changes since he failed a certification, and they're for the better. The car's looking pretty sick. What do you reckon, Andrew?
Yeah, pretty happy with it. It's a totally different car now by the looks.
Yep.
I recognise it.
New wheels.
New wheels.
SSRs, they're looking pretty flash.
Genuine reps. You reckon all good?
No, they're cool. Seats have been changed over. The roll cage is out of the car. Yeah. What else have you changed?
It's got no banner on it anymore.
No banner at the top.
We've got another one on the way.
Yeah.
What else have I changed? I think that's about it. It's just looking a hell of a lot more sedate than it did a few weeks ago.
Yep. All the racing stuff's off it, eh?
Yep.
Which was a good part of the set. But
yeah. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You know, we want this thing on the road. We want to go cruise town. We want to see go around the bays. So got to do what you got to do.
That's the one. Yeah. All right. We'll go for a bit of a cruise up the road, eh, and get some footage.
Okay.
So I've been given the privilege of having a drive. Cheers, Andrew. What a GC. So we came down to just do a couple of shots of the new look, and just drawn a crowd. What do you reckon, Andrew? But famous now.
Yeah, getting there, mate.